Dito po sa sitwasyon ng ABS-CBN, ulitin ko lang po yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, ang binayaran magmula 2016, 2017, 2018 at 2019 ay nasa vicinity ng 110 to 120 million a year. 2016, nasa 125 ata po o 120 million, 2017, 2018, 2019. Kung wala pong pesa, ang dapat binabayaran ay nasa 700 to 800 million bawat taon, kada taon, ang dapat napupunta sa ating kaban ng bayan. Kaya po siguro nag-interest ang Ways and Means Committee nung makita to na napakalaki po ng pondo na dapat napupunta sa ating gobyerno. Dahil after all, in the end, ang sabi nga po natin, in the service of the Filipino people. And what is the best service than to give the proper taxes so that we can build more school buildings, we can put up more hospitals, we can put up roads for the farmers. So ito po yung kabuang sitwasyon.
Next na po na mag-interpellate ni Congressman Mike Defensor. Mike.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, actually po, sana hindi na ako magtatanong, but this was raised by some of the members of the Committee on Ways and Means. So kung maaari po, matanong ko ulit tungkol po dito sa Big Dipper. Whoever from the ABS-CBN group can answer. Ito pong Big Dipper in 2017. Focus lang po ako sa isang taon para hindi po tayo komplikado. Nagkaroon po kayo ng cash dividends ng 2.5 billion. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ito po, hindi po nagkaroon ng tax dahil transfer naman po from Big Dipper doon po sa ABS-CBN Corporation.
Tama po, Your Honor.
Kung ito po'y titingnan natin, ang tax ninyong binayaran, 120 million at a time.
Tama po, Your Honor.
Can you kindly speak on...
Tama po, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Sarado. Ngayon po, ito pong 2.4 billion na to, yung 120 million is actually 5% of 2.4 billion. Yung 5% po ay yung inyong tax.
Yes po.
At kung hindi po nakaregister ang Big Dipper, doon sa kita na 2.4 billion, kung ibabatay po natin to sa corporate income tax, ang dapat pong binabayaran nyo is more or less 800 million in taxes.
Tama po yung mathematical computation, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you. So, Mr. Chairman, ito po'y katulad na banggit ko, syempre tinitingnan nila paano yung nangyari dito. And may we know in the year 2016, magkano po ang taxes na binayaran ni Big Dipper?
For income tax, Your Honor, we paid 115.2 million.
150 million.
115.
I'm sorry, 115. So more or less, nasa vicinity ng mga 2.3 billion ang kinita ng Big Dipper.
Tama po, Your Honor.
At kung tumpong 2.3 billion na to ay may 30% tax, nasa vicinity of somewhere between 750 million pesos ang tax for 2016.
Tama po yung computation at 30%, Your Honor.
30%. 2018 po, magkano ang binayaran yung tax?
We paid 119 million, Your Honor.
119 million. So again, more or less in the vicinity of about 2.4 billion ang kinita ni Big Dipper.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Thank
Tama
you.
po yun. It's about... tama po, Your Honor.
2019, magkano po kinita ni Big Dipper? Tax tax na lang po na binayaran nyo sa PESA.
2019 po ang kinita niya ay 2 billion. Ang tax na binayaran po niya ay 112 million, Your Honor.
112 million. So
112.4.
consistently po, every year, you are in the vicinity of 700 to 800 million per year kung ito pong kumpanya ng Big Dipper ay hindi nakaregister sa PESA.
Had it been not registered and approved by PESA, the tax rate that will be applicable for a regular corporation is 30% and the computation po at 30% is correct.
And more or less, government should have earned about 4 billion for the past 4 years. No, I'm sorry, 3 point something billion kung ito po ay hindi registered at kinompute sa 30% ng tax.
Had it not been PESA registered, tama po, that would have been the taxes that was paid.
Ngayon po, sisimplihan ko po, Mr. Serrado, yung kwento para ho maintindihan ng ating mga kababayan. Ako po ay distributor ng lamesa. At ako rin ho ang may-ari ng Carpintero Corporation, isang kumpanya. So 2 kumpanya po to, pero ako pareho may-ari. Yung benta po, nagpagawa ako ng lamesa doon sa aking korporasyon, which is, in this case, Big Dipper. The digitization, repurposing company. Pinagawa ko po to ng 100 pesos. Ngayon po, ako si ABS, nagawa na ho yung lamesa, binibenta ko po ng 120. Kumita po ako ng 20 pesos. Ulitin ko po ako yung kumpanya.
Your cost is 100, you sold it for 120, your gain on sale is 20 pesos.
Opo. Under the law, I will pay more or less 6 pesos for my income tax.
Opo, 30% of 20.
Opo. Yung po pinagawang ko ng lamesa, 100 pesos, pero ang cost niya, ilagay na rin po natin, 80 pesos. Kumita po yung carpentry corporation ko ng 20 pesos.
Yung hypothetically tama po.
Apo. So, dun sa 20 pesos ko, sa kadahilanan na ibang tax regime ko, 5% lang. Ang babayaran ko lang po ay piso.
Because meron po siyang sariling tax regime. So, yun po yung magiging applicable tax po sa kita niya.
Piso lang po. So, kaya ko po binanggit to para maintindihan ng ating tambayan. Ganito po yung nagiging parang produkto at ito yung inyong korporasyon. Ang tanong po ngayon, bakit po kayo na rin may-ari ng Big Dipper? Parang hong ang laki nung margin na ibinibigay nyo because kumikita siya ng 2.4, 2.5 billion every year. Paliwanag ko lang po. Kasi kung ako po yun, pareho ko namang korporasyon, baka nga po dito, hindi na ako break even lang siya. Sumweldo lang ang tao niya, ayos na Pero taon-taon, 2.4 to 2.5 billion po ang kinikita ni Big Dipper.
We were guided po by the market prices, and the market prices that we use po are based on a transfer pricing study. In order for those costs to be those prices to be considered that we extend to the Philippine companies are the same prices that we extend to the foreign corporation. And if you go outside of the country, these are probably the rates that will also apply for these kinds of services. So it's available in the Philippines, we look at the prices, but if it's not available, we look at international prices. And
So-
this is not just true for the Philippine entity, but also for the foreign entity.
So ang ibig sabihin po, mas mura tayo. Laki po ng margin ninyo.
In most cases po, pag napansin nyo po, most foreign companies would place their operations in the Philippines because mas nakakamura naman po talaga sila ng operations in the Philippines. And that's precisely why most of the BPOs are in the Philippines, or if not, it's in another low-cost country, maybe India or Malaysia or even Dalian in China. So I guess yun po yung mga strategy ng mga foreign companies to bring down the cost po, to put it in a low-cost country.
So I agree. So tama po yung inyong binanggit na talagang maganda yung ating cost dito, and basically napababa po natin, or hindi napababa, kundi mababa ang cost ng inyong pagpapagawa para po sa digitalization at repurposing.
Opo.
BIR, Mr. Chairman, if I may ask BIR about this, si Division Chief Kabantak.
Nandiyan na po yung BAR. Mike.
Your Honor, this is Revenue District Officer Arnold Pugalapi of RDO 39, who has the jurisdiction of...
Wala pa ho akong tanong, sir.
I've not just taken my oath as a witness.
Sir, sorry for that. Yes, Mr. Chairman, with your permission, may we request the committee secretary to administer the oath.
Comsec, paki-administer po.
Yes, sir. Director Kabantak, please raise your right hand.
No, Arnold Pugalapi, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth before this joint congressional inquiry, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Sir, sa BIR po, pasensya na po kayo ha. Medyo, choppy ho yung inyong, dito.
Okay, Your Honor. Please try. Subukan na niya po. Baka
Yan.
maliwanag.
Napakaganda po ng boses nyo na. Salamat po. Opo. Narinig nyo naman po yung ABS-CBN, di ba? Yung pong doon sa kinita at doon sa babayaran.
Apa.
Wala ba ho kayong nakikitang mali?
If I may, ang unang-una, yung with regards to cost, it's true, talagang napakababa yung cost nila. To give us an example, starting 2016, with the sales or gross revenue of 2.3 billion, yung cost of services nila is 3.5 million only. That is one example. For 2017, with the revenue of 2.6 billion, ang cost nila is 274 million. And the rest, ganon din, Your Honor, mabababa. If you are asking our opinion, personally, talagang it is a little bit unusual, mababa compared with the usual businesses. What we can ask, kasi ngayon pa lang ako in my term as Revenue District Officer who handles the Big Dipper, nag-issue kami nitong May ng taxable year 2019 ng letter of authority to investigate the Big Dipper. Now, isa sa hindi pa nila binibigay sa amin is the service agreement. May yung mga agreements nila with ABS-CBN, with the Global Hungary. Doon namin makikita kung ano yung pasahan nila ng revenue, ng cost, mga sinisingil. Kasi sila din.
Tama po. Thank you, Mr. Velasco, the Head Revenue Executive Assistant Enforcement and Advocacy Service. Tama po ba?
No, Your Honor, I am Revenue District Officer Arnold Pugalapi.
Ay, sorry. I'm sorry.
Under RDO 39 South Quezon City po kasi ang Dipper. Handling the Big Dipper.
Sorry po. Your last name, sir, is RD Carabia.
Galapia. RDO Galapia.
Galapia. RDO Galapia. Opo.
Yes, sir.
RDO, tanong ko lang po. Under the rules, di po ba yung transfer pricing technically can be allowed?
Yes, Your Honor. Can I make a comment?
Po?
Can I make a comment?
Oh, yes, sir. Go ahead.
It is true na ang kailangan natin ng investor with the so-called this PESA, no? PESA law. But to us, the tax servants or collector, no, of taxes, we recommend maybe it's now time to review about the PESA law, especially itong mga conglomerates, if they're entering into this kind of PESA allocators, para mabalance natin yung benefits ng investments and also yung mga foregone taxes.
Thank you po. Ngayon, no, is there such a rule about abuse of transfer pricing?
For now, Your Honor, baka kailangan papasok yung power ng legislative, no, to take into a look sa ating tax laws para medyo ma-adjust pa natin so that we can be given the tool by using the law kung makita kasi mga tax experts itong mga ginagamit ng mga multinationals or even our big
Mr. Velasco.
corporations in the Philippines. They know what is legal. So, nakabind din ang aming kamay sa bagay na yan.
Yes. Mr. Velasco, ito nga po yung, in fact, this came from the Ways and Means Committee that transfer pricing is not an illegal activity but fraudulent pricing and abusing transfer pricing for the purpose of tax evasion are. So, if BIR will look into this and establish that there is an abuse of transfer pricing, then you have now a case not of for the purpose of tax evasion, then it would now be a case.
Your Honor, can I refer you to Attorney Velasco? I think he is also in this Zoom meeting, Attorney Felix Roy Velasco.
Attorney Velasco po, nakapag-oath na po.
Yeah. He can continue to answer regarding that matter.
Yes. Please, Attorney Velasco. Attorney Velasco is recognized. Mr. Chair, with your permission.
Go ahead po, pero hinahanap ko si Attorney Velasco, hindi ko na nakikita dito sa Zoom. Kung Mike parang wala siya.
Opo. Mr. Director Galapia, wala daw po.
Dito na.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Velasco, I will tanungin ko po sana kayo bangkot pero nagda-drive po kayo, wag na po siguro. Tanungin ko na lang ko kayo ngayon. Yun nga po, abuse of transfer pricing is for the purpose of tax evasion is actually a violation. Attorney Velasco, go ahead.
In general, Your Honor, any scheme that is used to defeat the proper payment of taxes is tax evasion.
You're saying, Attorney Velasco, kahit na po hindi abuse of transfer pricing, just the act of transfer pricing to for the purpose of tax evasion is already a violation.
As long as the scheme is utilized, Your Honor, there should be a proper amount of taxes to be paid under the law, and then the scheme was used to defeat the payment of these proper payment of taxes, then that would be tax evasion, Your Honor.
So maybe Mr. Velasco, I will not bother you. You're driving. That's very dangerous. But yun lang po, this particular case, does that strike you that there is a scheme that you may have to look into as BIR na kailangan po ninyong tingnan?
Yes, Your Honor, as long as the matter is brought to us and of course we conduct a proper investigation, and then we do find out that the scheme is utilized to defeat the proper amount of taxes to be paid, then we will commence the filing of a tax evasion case.
Salamat po, Attorney Velasco. I will not bother you anymore, but thank you for giving your time even when you're driving. Maraming salamat po. So, Mr. Chair, if I may go back to ABS-CBN, do you want to react on the statement of BIR?
Your Honor, my only reaction is transfer pricing done by ABS-CBN is reviewed by third party. So the prices that we looked at is the prices if we have gotten it to a third party. So there is a documentation po, and this is a requirement when there's a BIR audit. And this is available naman po when they do the audit. So ang sinasabi ko lang po is our transfer pricing is not something that we created lang internally. This is actually reviewed by a third party that says that we comply with the requirements of the transfer pricing. And as a matter of fact, ang BIR po has safeguards in order to ensure that taxes are paid. There's value-added tax on your revenue immediately paid. There are withholding taxes immediately on any sale of goods and services, so that taxes are withheld immediately. And at the bottom line po, there is minimum corporate income tax. I would assume that these are the safeguards to ensure that the taxes are properly paid, especially by the big corporations.
Yung
Mr. Chair,
pong,
may I interject?
Yes, go ahead.
What
Before
is the-
you, Honorable Marcoleta, kasi po kanina po gusto mag-interject ni Honorable Barsaga,
Sige po,
para tapos bigay ko po lang sa inyong mabilis. Go ahead, Honorable Barsaga.
mas matanda naman po yan, okay lang.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Very short lamang, nais kong balikan si RDO Galapia.
RDO Galapia. RDO Galapia is recognized.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, RDO.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nais ko lang linawin kung tama ang aking pagkakaintindi that based on your statement, yung cost of production or cost of goods sold ng Big Dipper ay masyadong mababa.
Yes, Your Honor, based on our records.
Baba.
Yes, Your Honor.
Approximately ano ang percentage sa gross revenue?
Dito na lang, ituloy ko yung sa 2018, with the gross revenue of 2.6 billion, ang cost naman is 299 million.
199 million.
Yes, Your Honor. Sa kaya may gross income sila na 2.3 billion.
At ang kanilang cost is only 299 million.
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Sinabi dito kanina na ang kinatawan ng Big Dipper na ang kanilang kliyente ay 4 na korporasyon pinangungunahan ng ABS-CBN Corporation. At yung gross sales nila na 26 billion ay nanggaling sa 4 na korporasyon, ABS Corporation, Creative Inc., at saka meron pang 2. Yes.
Yung isa sa malaki nilang source of revenue is yung global na Hungary, Your Honor. ABS-CBN Global Hungary.
Yun ang kanilang source.
Yun ang isa sa major source nila, Your Honor. So, sunod yung ABS-CBN.
So, ang perception ko lamang, ang nagbabayad sa Big Dipper ay mga kumpanya rin na under the control ng ABS-CBN Corporation o ng Lopez family. Will the representative of Big Dipper confirm that?
Yes, Your Honor. Ito po yung mga ibang kumpanya.
So, sa madaling sabi, yung binabayad sa Big Dipper, that will be a legitimate expense on the part of the corporations controlled by ABS-CBN. Tama po ba?
Tama po yan.
At sapagkat maliit ang inyong cost of goods sales, lalaki ang inyong gross net income. Tapang po ba?
It's a consequence po of having
Yes,
low
it's a
cost.
consequence. So, tama. At saka malaki ang ating net income, kaya natin mag-declare ng bilyon-bilyong cash dividend sa ating mga stockholders.
Your Honor, tama po yan. You're referring po kasi na mataas yung presyo, mababa yung cost, malaki yung income. Corollary to that also, Your Honor, is you're looking at the export sales na pag mababa naman yung benta namin at hindi tama yung pricing, liliit naman yung babayaran na income tax.
Hindi ka, kaya ngayon ang sinasabi ko. Mataas ang ating gross income, mababa ang ating cost of goods sold, malaki ang ating net income, pagkatapos, siyempre, malaki rin ang babayarang tax.
Tama po.
At malaki rin ang pera na pwede nating i-declare na cash dividend sa ating mga stockholders.
Tama po.
And will you confirm na yung mga stockholders ng Big Dipper are also the corporations being controlled by the owners of ABS Corporation?
Big Dipper is a wholly owned subsidiary or 100% owned by ABS-CBN Corporation.
Kaya nga, yung kita nyo, yung cash dividend nyo, ibinibigay nyo sa ABS-CBN Corporation.
Tama po.
Tama. Kaya ang nangyayari, malaki ang inyong gross income sa korporasyon ng ABS-CBN, pati na sa mga subsidiaries, maliit ang cost of goods sold, malaki ang inyong net income, malaki ang babayaran yung tax, pero malaki rin ang cash dividend na ibibigay nyo sa ABS-CBN Corporation.
Tama po. That's the
Tama.
consequence
Kaya
of
sinasabi
doing
ko,
business.
Nanggaling sa kanang bulsa ng ABS-CBN, ang binayad na 2 milyon, ang gastos ay 200 milyon, ang net income 1.8 billion, net of tax 1.5 billion, ibabalik din natin sa ABS-CBN.
Hindi lang po ABS-CBN ang kliyente niya, pero yung prinsipyo po, tama po.
Hindi nga, kaya nga sinasabi ko, stockholders lang, babalik natin, cash dividend. Yes. Yes.
Okay po.
I'll go back to Attorney Velasco. Where is Attorney Velasco of the Bureau of Internal Revenue?
Honorable Barsaga, kanina po kasi nagda-drive siya, baka po mahirapan na...
Okay, Attorney, ano na lamang?
Opo.
KRDO.
Opo.
Kung nag-issue kayo ng tax clearance sa Big Dipper for the year 2018, 2017, etc., kinaklarify ko lang to. Kasi ang perception ng ating pangkaraniwan tao, basta may tax clearance, ang isang taxpayer katulad ng ABS o CBN, ang sasabihin nila, bakit nyo pa binubulatat yung taxes involving these companies? Kaya nga, pinapaliwanag ko lamang, yung tax clearance nyo is not absolute. Ibig sabihin, in case of fraud, pwede nyo pang imbestigahan ulit ang Big Dipper or ABS-CBN Corporation kahit na nag-issue kayo ng tax clearance. Tama po ba yun?
Mr. Chairman, yung audio po, Mr. Chairman, hindi ko maintindihan.
RDO, Galapia, medyo masama po yung audio natin. Masama pa rin po.
Pakilakasan po ang inyong boses.
Naririnig niya na ka? Is it clear? Your Honor. Did you hear me? Naririnig niya na?
Hindi pa ho, sorry ho, RDO Galapia, medyo maano pa rin po.
Ulitin ko po. Paliwanag na po ba? Okay na?
Yan,
Did you
yan.
hear me?
Okay.
Okay? Ulitin ko po. Yung tax clearance po, at the time it was issued, wala pang nakikitang tax liability yung taxpayer. But pag nag-issue kami ng letter of authority, if we suspect something is wrong, possible na magkaroon uli ng tax liability. So, babaguhin yung tax clearance. Mag-issue kami ng tax clearance, meron ng tax liability in that case. For that period only yung tax clearance, it may change.
Okay, kaya ang sinasabi natin, posible pa rin na imbestigahan nyo ang Big Dipper kahit na meron tax clearance. Tama po ba?
Your Honor.
Yes. And as a matter of fact, although hindi na ako nagpa-practice ng accounting, under the Bureau or under the National Internal Revenue Code, the prescriptive period would be how many years from the discovery of fraud?
10 years, Your Honor.
10 years. So sa madaling sabi, kung inyong makikita that there were fraudulent, there was fraud in the filing of the corporate income tax or other documents, at ngayon nyo na-discover 2020, pwede kayong mag-start ng 2010 upwards. Tama po.
Yes, Your Honor, within 10 years.
No, within 10 years from the discovery of the fraud, not from the date of the filing of the tax, income tax return.
Yes.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you very much for that clarification.
Honorable Marcoleta, just to be clear, the time the Honorable Barsaga and the Honorable Marcoleta are, Mr. Chairman, are intervening within my time, but I'm allowing them in deference to seniority, Mr. Chairman, but it's still my time. Go ahead, Honorable
Sa
Marcoleta.
kaalaman po ni Congressman Mike Defensor, naubos na po yung oras. At ibibigay na po natin ngayon, ito po oras na ni Congressman Marcoleta.
No, Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry. The interjection of the Honorable Barsaga, I was not yet finished. Pumasok po.
Pwede mo po bang tapusin na muna?
Tapusin ko na lang, tapos punta
tapusin
na
mo
po.
po muna yung katanungan mo.
Isa lang,
At gaya
isa
po
lang.
ng sinabi ko, tapos na po yung oras mo. Pagkatapos po, ililipat na tayo kay Congressman Marcoleta.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ito pong usapin na gagawin na investigasyon na sinasabi ng BIR at ang mga tanong na ibinigay po natin dito sa ABS-CBN. Katulad po nung nasabi ko kanina, ito po'y katanungan na nais ipatanong ng mga liderato sa Committee on Ways and Means, which is the body or the committee in charge on taxes of the House of Representatives. Pero ang mas importante po, katulad ng pagtatanong ko kanina sa inyo, Mr. Sarado, yung pong makita ng taong bayan, ano talaga yung sitwasyon na katulad ng piniliwanag ko kanina, 2 kumpanya. Nagbebenta ka ng mesa at meron kang kumpanya ng mga karpintero. Parehong ikaw may-ari. Sa katotohanan, no, kung nagbebenta ka ng lamesa, dapat ang charge sa iyo nitong carpentry corporation mo, tabla lang. Kung 100 ang paggawa, 100 lang din. Hindi niya kailangan kumita. Dahil sa'yo din naman yan eh. Pero dito po sa sitwasyon natin, yung 100, binibenta niyang 120, 6 na piso ang tax niya. Yung pinagawa niya dito na 100, ang cost nung gumawa, kumita rin siya ng 20 pesos, pero dahil nasa pesa siya, at ang tax niya ay 5%, yung 20 pesos ang babayaran niya, piso lamang. Dito po sa sitwasyon ng ABS-CBN, ulitin ko lang po yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, ang binayaran magmula 2016, 2017, 2018 at 2019 ay nasa vicinity ng 110 to 120 million a year. 2016, nasa 125 ata po, o 120 million, 2017, 2018, 2019. Kung wala pong pesa, ang dapat binabayaran ay nasa 700 to 800 million bawat taon, kada taon, ang dapat napupunta sa ating kaban ng bayan. Kaya po siguro, nag-interest ang Ways and Means Committee nung makita to, na napakalaki po ng pondo na dapat napupunta sa ating gobyerno. Dahil after all, in the end, ang sabi nga po natin, in the service of the Filipino people. And what is the best service than to give the proper taxes so that we can build more school buildings, we can put up more hospitals, we can put up roads for the farmers. So ito po yung kabuang sitwasyon. Mr. Chairman, I will not anymore ask the ABS-CBN people. I've already said enough. In fact,